Okay, you may have read that title and said, haven't I seen this somewhere? And yes, you may have. This singular month you're about to witness is a mere 8% completion for my 1 year's venture. This video is served as a small compilation of that first month, sharing behind the scenes between each episode while also re-editing all of them slightly to keep them all consistent. So, why don't we roll into the first episode? So, I'm certain you read the title and thought to yourself, what kind of a masochist would spend an entire year of their life playing Overwatch, let alone competitive Overwatch, and most importantly, who would restrict themselves to only playing Venture and Comp? So, I'm Elizabeth, a masochist, and a minority. Not that married or not playing to why I love Venture so much, and I hate myself, so let's play Comp. Okay though, as an Overwatch player, who am I? A filthy casual, that's what. I love doing dumb shit. I love picking niche heroes, obviously, and being dumb is kind of like a drug to me. What? I also want to be good. See, a few years back, I did esports for my school. Being a tank main and the only one who played Overwatch before it grew a tumor, I led the team. Go back to my channel past and you'll see many videos of mine focused exclusively on Overwatch. And any comp clips you saw were likely matches of ours. We actually got second place in the league and I had so much fun playing with my friends. Grace is my best friend and I can attribute our continued friendship to Overwatch. Camden's my friend too, I guess. But that previous experience led me to really enjoying the competitive side of Overwatch, which is why I wouldn't touch comp again until the Season 9 changes. And then never again. If I remember, I peaked Platinum in DPS? Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. I stopped playing Tank cause Tank got Season 5. Okay, but why Venture? And why restrict myself to only Venture? Well, because why not? It's gonna be funny. Look at me and all my no skins. I'm gonna crush lobbies with my epic game ring with the non-binary, non-nonsense, non-profit, So, before the Season 15 changes come to invalidate this video in T-minus many weeks ago, I thought I would do my pleasant matches to see where I am without a massive change in how the game is played, making everything hard to understand. That one was not recorded. I don't know how to do the comp drives, but Grace was hanging out with her boyfriend and Camden's heart was failing. So knowing that my friends had abandoned me for much less important things once again, I found a team in the Overwatch Discord looking for a group. Fun fact, don't fucking do this! We just kept losing. No one knew how to play their roles. I was only able to play support to earn drives, so that's what I played. But after that, I just said, fuck it, I'll play Venture. So what happened? We got Circle Royale, one of Venture's worst maps. We lost. Well, actually, we were winning, but then one of our 5 people who are in a Discord call disconnected mid-match and brought my expected rank all the way from like Gold 5 to Silver 3. So, that sucked. After that, however, Grace got back on. But I still want to do the comp drives, so I played a Lari and made a Sombra player think I was balling. I mean, I can't say they're incorrect for assuming that after I hit a shot like this. Especially after I did it again. I should sign up for OWCS, honestly. And the camera cuts statistically to show what appears to be the live beating of a child. But the next day, also, Camden did not die due to heart failure. Anyways, next day I decided to do my placements while Grace grinded her drives. So, how did that go? Game 1, where most lists start, we're not counting the other game 1. I did pretty well. Had a funny clip with a Mercy. If this Mercy just swapped to Moira, I'm gonna laugh. Nearly died to a tire. Oh, come on, Grace. That was gonna be the— And we won the game. Quite simple and clean. Let's start things off well, and I'm sure this win will be followed by many. We lost the next game. Fun fact, it takes Venture 5 million years to burrow. Like, no, seriously, why can Reaper turn invincible frame 1, get healed while doing it, and have an extra ability made exclusively for getting in already so you don't waste his get out ability on getting in the first place? Meanwhile, Venture's get out ability is also their get in ability, and when you actually want to use it to get out, they won't be in the ground until the heat death of the universe! As Reaper, I can jump into a fight at any point, though it's probably shouldn't be here, and then fly back to my team. Sure, Wraith has a much shorter duration, but I take a shorter duration where when I press the button, I am going to get out over 2 seconds more to contemplate what I'm doing with my life. And again, typically when entering a fight, Venture just won't have their burrow because they already use it to get into enemy lines. And while yes, heroes should have genuine flaws at all levels of play, most of them don't. So either make it a more powerful tool when you do have it by making it so I get into the ground a lot faster, or give me an extra charge of it, thus allowing me to get in, get out, with acknowledgement that I need to have a fair amount of HP left before I do get out. Rant aside, at least we had good mental throughout this game, which is something I think every player could learn to use. Having good mental and just having a good time will increase your performance, I promise. If you have a good time, you won't have a miserable time. So, now, remember how I said Circuit Royale is a very bad map for Venture earlier?
Okay, can we get off Venture and play like good comp, please? I wouldn't res you even if I were Mercy. Venture's just a bad pick.
I, like, really not care.
Can you please pop off Venture?
I'm not trying to get good at Overwatch, I'm trying to get good at Venture.
Then why don't you just play Quick Play with it?
I'm not gonna improve playing Quick Play. I've been playing Quick Play for 4 years now, and I'm essentially at the same level, Grace. Oh, you're shitting me. You're shitting me! Oh my god.
Venture, you're AI, right?
I could not do shit this entire game. Everyone would just play range against me, and my other DPS refused to help me with my struggle. They could have dealt with the soldiers so that mid-range threat could be dealt with, or they could have played Ashe and not let the Ana take the high ground. Which, mind you, I tried my best to stop her from doing that. But, yeah. And yes, I know what you'll say. Just swap. But I'm not trying to get good at Overwatch at this point. I want to be good at Venture. Venture can be amazing at displacing the enemy, push tanks into your team, push snipers off the high ground, push enemies away from the car. All great things Venture can do that other characters can do better. My life is meaningless. But sometimes it's less about who you could be playing and who you are playing. This play on our next map, Samoa, demonstrates Venture's strength, and that's that they can kill. They can kill fast, and they will orgasm after each and every kill. Oh my god, both supports dead.
Oh, 3K. Okay, I hope you go to hell. I hope.
Side note, the voice actor for Venture is down bad as fuck for the new hero. I'm sorry, I had nowhere else where I would say this, so I'm saying it now. I watched them during Spotlight, and half of the commentary while they were showing off the new hero was them saying shit like this.
Very good.
It sucks them in.
I think I'm doing it too.
I want her to do that to me.
This is an actual dev on Overwatch, showing them this for an official Overwatch stream, and they're saying this shit.
Oh my god.
Hello.
I'm down bad. I'm down atrocious. I need her
Hello there.
right now.
Hello. In what way?
So show us.
I needed the world to know. Anyway, Samoa went very well. Next! I don't know, it could just kind of happen. I mean, like, yeah, it sure was a map that I played on. We just got it steamrolled. There isn't much to say. Maybe the team just wasn't very good. Zaravasa didn't go awesome. We 100% could have taken the first point, but my team was gay. Very gay. So we didn't. And because Sim is smart in the wrong direction, we lost any chance for a comeback after the 4th point. This game represents how I hate everyone on my team except for me and occasionally Grace. Oh, Route 66, yeah, Route 66 shows to never get overly confident. It started with me singing my heart out and ended with me and Grace mad at the Mercy main on our team because Grace stole Mercy from them to smite them for being a Mercy main.
Oh, they're gonna play Mercy. I took Mercy from Darkened Soul.
And then the Mercy main was a bad Kiriko. Actually, this feels like our fault, actually. Well, mainly Grace's fault, but still. Honestly, despite me losing that game, I went from gold 3 to gold 2. I guess I gotta show that it's my team's fault, not mine. Now, I would like to mention that I did swap Widow in hopes of getting a cheeky headshot. I couldn't hit it, but I tried. Considering in Season 16 we'll be seeing hero bans introduced because crybabies think Sombra should be taken out of the game because they have no idea how to turn around, I'll fucking fight you on that, by the way. Infinite Stealth Sombra was counterable if you just turned the fuck around, had any game sense, or played shit like Torb. I don't care if you think she was annoying, because trust me, I know hack can be a bit shit, but maybe if you didn't sit all the way in your team's backline with an easily accessible way to get there and no one watching you, Sombra couldn't just...
Somebody call. Yonda.
Oh, but you're valid for hating Widowmaker, I'll admit that. But like, everyone else has counterplay other than just being better at the hero. But it's true that I may experience Venture being targeted for bans. So obviously I will have 2 extra heroes to play if Venture does get banned. The first hero that as of right now I'm considering adding to that roster is... Sombra. That's right, I used to main Sombra. That's how I had the shot as a Lari earlier. I know that travel range by heart. Y'all couldn't learn positioning or turning around if I could go ruin because of it. And guess what? For 3 also Bastion. He's funny. And after playing all the DPS characters with perks, I do want to say that there's a bunch of other characters I'm considering to play now. So don't take Sombra and Bastion as locked in, these are the characters that I would play. But really, I want to know in the comments below if I should make this challenge about Venture or Venture, except my short range just isn't gonna cut it. But anyways, next day I will go to finish my placement matches. Paraseal reminds me of just how good Venture is against tanks. Like, what other DPS can be hooked by a Roadhog and win the 1v1? Sure, he was on fire. Sure, he kept missing his shots. And sure, I wasn't in Pigpen. And sure, the Mercy started healing me. But I still felt confident in brawling a Roadhog who had just hooked me while I was playing DPS. And that's truly something. Hi, this is editing Dizzy Lizzy. Somehow realizing within the 15 hours it took to fully produce everything within this video that I completely skipped over an entire match that decided what rank I was in. That's right, the last placement match was not on Parasil like I thought. It was on New Queen Street, which is this map that you're seeing right now. I got ranked in Gold 1. That's very pivotal information. I don't know how I managed to fuck this up, but here we are. I played New Queen Street. I didn't realize that until just now, so that's awesome. So the next map, Havana, where I certainly didn't have to rewrite this part of the script because I'm fucking stupid, was filled with pressure. As I hear it, the game after your placements matters a lot, because if you lose, you'll begin to lose a lot more points. But if you win lots more points. So I just had to pray that my team was good. So how was it? Well, I'll let this clip explain the enemy team's performance. No. Yes! So yeah, we won. You think the win streak would be ending by then, but no, we took the match after that too. And after those two amazing wins, when I got to the results screen, what did I see but ranking up to Platinum 5. After that, me and Grace got to experience one last match on Clash before it was thankfully removed from comp. How did that one go? Well, I juked the fuck out of the enemy tank and DPS. After that, we were able to secure that victory as well. The next match would be our last, so you can bet we fuck! And with that, my first 2 days on Venture and comp. Now I only have 363 more to go. Fuck! But where should it be by then? Well, with me being in low plat, I think it's only reasonable to say that I want to hit Diamond Masters, baby! I want to be a Masters! I'm gonna be Masters! Alright, baby, let's go! Get the Masters! Baby, love being a Masters! Masters, let's go, Masters! That was episode 1. It's technically been in development for over a year. What the fuck, dog? And you're gonna not do that, got it? Okay, now that we're good. Are you for real? That episode has technically been in development for over a year. Back right before those Season 9 changes happened, I wanted to do this 1-year challenge. Just instead of with Venture, with the entirety of the tank role. But as explained in the episode, however, I had fallen out of love with tank. And I couldn't bring myself to play even a single match. So what pushed me to start now? Man, not much. I was only just getting the hang of Venture, but I really enjoyed them. I confidently called them my main. While I do play many other heroes, Venture is just the hero that I currently have the most fun with. And you know what? I immediately found success with that video within a small but strong Venture community. I am super grateful, by the way. The next episode serves as a small redefining of the format. While you didn't see it as much with the edited down version of the episode 1 actually had a lot of rough edges. Episode 2 would be the start of me ironing out these kinks. And really, the start of my improvements overall. Perks, those things I validated my last way before I even thought of it. What does Venture look like with them? Well, it's more the same for Venture, honestly. For your minor perk, you can get sights on the ground, which is actually kind of insane. Sometimes it's just like, oh, so their team is going in now, huh? Leaving the support lagging behind? Interesting! The other minor perk is getting 300% ability recharge during tectonic shock. I really didn't try it though. The other perk just suited my playstyle more. The major perks, however, are the stars. 20% more range sounds cool, but that would mess up my muscle memory way too much for me to bother. The other one, however, gain Explorer's Resolve from melee. I heard so many people before Season 15 came out saying that Venture got horrible perks. Clearly, none of them play Venture, because this basically gives my melee lifesteal. But for as much as I love it, I can't be blind to some of the more funny or silly perks that Venture is very much so lacking. So I'm gonna go over a couple of fun ideas before I get into my comp games. For one, why not give me 2 charges to burrow, you cowards? I don't care. Increase the cooldown a bit and give me a second charge. Speaking of burrow, what about being able to go up walls? Or maybe one where Venture's location underground is no longer given away by the rocks. Another fun one could be impact damage if you use it in the air, dealing more damage depending on how high up you are when you start the ability. In terms of perks to counter Venture's shortcomings, what about a bigger splash range or faster projectiles on their primary as opposed to a longer range with those pesky flying heroes? Maybe to make it so that Venture's ult doesn't become useless at the mere suggestion of a Ramatro, Reinhardt, Sigma, or a now apparently a Risa shield. Thank you, Overwatch! Let Tectonic Shock go under shields, or maybe even shoot up rocks so someone being 0.01 meters off the ground still get hit. Also not a perk idea, but let Venture use Tectonic Shock while in Zarya grab. If Lucio can fucking beat, I should be able to use Shock. And as we're recording footage for this, we find out that Brian can use our Shatter Wall and grab! What is this shit? And lastly for Drill Dash, maybe whenever you kill an enemy it can refresh either Burrow or Drill Dash. Note that none of these ideas were made to be balanced, because perks were made to be fun, not balanced. But anyways, you're here to see me talk about my comp grind, not cope and siege. So, how did this season's placements go? Well, I made a perfect decision. I played on day 1 of a brand new season that just got done reworking the game. I'm fucking stupid! So since I had to do placements again, the game first showed me a predicted rank of Gold 2, but that's a baby rank, for babies. So I knew from moment 1 that I would need to reach Platinum again. So game 1, I mainly attempted to take out supports. Venture excels at taking out lone targets or getting behind enemy lines and just crushing everyone. I also spent the whole match poorly singing Undertale and Deltarune music. It was just a regular game on Runesapi, but we did win, so yay. After that game, however, I managed to rank up all the way from Gold 2 to Gold 4. Wait, what the fuck? Game 2 on Busan started with fuck! Oh boy, do I hate life. Venture can be a good idea to play against Widow. I mean, it's like holding a book up to your chest if you're about to get shot. I mean, like, it might work. It's better than not having the book there. If Widow can't take amazing high ground or there's ways for Venture to sneak in and get her, then Venture can honestly be a fair, kind of okay counter to Widowmaker. But if Venture can't get to her before she notices them, let's just say I think Widow has red-pilled everyone into thinking that Hero Bans is a good idea for the game. I'm dying on that hill, by the way. Fuck you and fuck Hero Bans. Overwatch does not need it. It just needs to rework Widowmaker, maybe Hanzo, nerf Sojo, and remove Hack and make Summer's Kit about hitting Virus, because that's the fun part of playing her. It's hitting Virus and killing someone because of it, not holding him too and killing them because of it. And then also give her infinite stealth back. That aside, sometimes as a Venture you'll be presented with the question, should I kill myself to boot this bitch off the map? You have to consider many things. How much HP do they have? Can they get back up? Is it worth the trade? All things you should ponder. You should. I will not. I won't give a second thought. If this bitch is gonna be that close to the edge of the map, I'ma goddamn do it! Also, never be afraid to solo ult as Venture, especially against a tank. Because your ult is kinda shit, to be honest. I'll go on record and just say I don't think Tectonic Shock is a good ult against anyone who knows anything about the game. The best way to use it is not stand in front of a team, but instead to go after one annoying member. As a Venture player, think of your ult like Pulse Bomb. Don't save it, don't hold it, just use it. If you think you can use it where you can at least deny space from enemies, it's an effective ult. A good ultimate doesn't have to kill anyone. A good ult will keep enemies off the point, force them into undesired positions, or make them expend powerful abilities or even ults just to counter it. The next game in Junkertown kind of proves my point from last video about mental. Sometimes all it takes is having a positive mindset. Who do you think is going to do better? The Mei who after one fight makes up her mind about her team and gets mad at everyone else? Or the Venture reminding their team of their strengths and simply trying to have a good time? Sometimes people just have an off day, and sometimes all it takes is reminding your team of their strengths to help them go off. And what I can assure you is your overall rank is a result of your own skill. What the game really cares about is how well you do, and your overall win rate will always reflect how you perform. For game 4, remember how I said it takes forever for Venture to go underground? Guess what got me killed and thus losing us the point in overtime? Twice! Actually, we lost the first time because my team C9 the fuck fuck out of the point. But the second time, you can literally see me underground before I die. This is complete bullshit. This is transphobic. This is, mean. Anyways, I'm back up to gold 2, so that's nice. Next game on Nepal, we won, but nothing of note really happened. Game 5. Wait, no, isn't this like game 6? Maybe 4? This is why I shouldn't count. I'm bad at it. Anyways, this game reminded me of something. Remember my previous statement from like 2 minutes ago about how it's always your fault in every other teams? Well, I'm gonna quickly have short-term memory loss so I can rant about Doomfist mains! So there's 2 types of Doomfist mains. The ones that know what they're doing and the ones you actually get in your games. Like, respect to those who can play Doom, but could you please drop a few ranks down so I don't have to deal with the guy who thinks running Doom into Orisa is a good idea? Doom is just so easily countered. And that's one of the major things low-rank players struggle with, fighting their counters. Most people in low ranks don't know how to play other heroes or when to swap. And I know, ironic coming from me, the Venture One Trick, but let me speak. You shouldn't swap just because you aren't doing well on a hero. You should swap only if the enemy team is making it impossible for you to be effective. There is a major difference between you making bad decisions and getting yourself killed, and the enemy team using strategies to make your play not as effective. Doom mains, I find, are the worst at this. They always get countered, and rather than accepting and swapping, they stick to Doom, and in some cases, you can fight your counters, such as a Venture or Junkrat fighting a Pharah. It's not that Pharah cannot be killed by them, it's just that it's really fucking hard. Doomfist cannot stop an oppressive Orisa, Sombra negates his existence, and Honor just adds salt to the wound. Doomfist was a really fun character, I will admit, but then he became a tank and stopped being fun. But anyways, please do not one-trick him unless you are ready to dedicate every waking moment to learning him. Anyways, my Doom rant over. The next game our tank was... Why? That's okay though. The enemy was playing Doom as well. And they were better at Doom than our Doom. Then our Doomfist main swapped to Malga. Yay! Then we still lost. As a former tank main, if you can't play Malga, what makes you think you can play Doomfist? The game after, I semi-recognized the name of our tank, but I couldn't quite pinpoint from where. I wonder what. Dear Heavenly Father, what did I do to deserve this? 3 games in a row I had to play with a Doomfist. Luckily, however, 3rd time's the charm. Round 1, they had a Sombra who clearly didn't know that I had sights. Despite this one, I was having a bad time after all the Doomfist mains I kept finding. So, what do you think I, the Venture main telling you not to play with bad mental, did after this win? Did I, A, go to bed for the night, B, continue playing, or C, yeah, you already know what I did? I went to bed! It would have been horrifically dumb of me to continue playing on bad mental, so I rested and came back the next day refreshed. And clearly, that's what it takes sometimes, because I lost the first match of the day, and then the next one, and the one after that, but I got ranked. I managed to hit hold up. So you're telling me I would do placements as tank, go 5-0, this was back when we had the 5 wins, 15 losses bullshit, and still get silver, but I go 4-6 in DPS and get plat? Okay, fine, I guess I am just that good. I guess all I really need now is a more consistent win rate to boost myself up. So, the game after that and the final of this video. How did that go? Well, for one, immediately the enemy team was playing Pharah. Fuck my life! And for 2, our other DPS was Junkrat. Wait. No. Remember my training. Also, never be afraid to solo as Venture, and in some cases, you can fight your counters, such as a Venture or Junkrat fighting a Pharah. Sometimes, all it takes is having a positive mindset. And that's the end of that. Okay, so I have a really funny story for the hack joke. So originally it was just gonna be the regular, oh you hack them, they hit them with virus and they just sort of fucking die after that. But I thought, what if I just hack them and then they just fall on the ground dead? That sounds funny. Now obviously to do this would require some workshop crap. Something I'm not too familiar with. So for 30 minutes, I kept me and Cody in VC while I figured out how to do this. It was 2 lines of code. That's really all I have of note of episode 2. Episode 3, however, would have a few notable moments. So, let's get into it. So, last video, I only used the same 2 perks in every single match. This video, I'm gonna let myself experiment. What does Venture with higher mobility and ult look like? Or Venture with longer range? Well, let's find out. Match 1 on Runasapi. 2 videos in a row. Anyways, Runasapi. Our Tracer had no balls to jump in there and get a kill. That's, I guess, one way to play Tracer. But overall, we were winning. Keyword there is were, because after they counterpicked Mauga against our Hog, I tried telling the Hog that it doesn't really work playing into a Mauga. He should swap to someone like D.Va. And what was our very intelligent tank's response to this? Press tab. I didn't what you're
Wait, we're losing. You guys do nothing. I had to do everything for this team. Our DPS have done absolutely nothing. How dare you? How dare you? I am so done.
So, because our tank was too busy thinking a Hog can fight a Mauga, we lost. We lost the most winnable match ever. Fucking thank you, Butterfly Man. Get on the list. You can go right next to Tablet Toucher. Also, by the way, thank you for having my back on that one, Femboy Slayer. I hate that I just had to say that. And, you know, what certainly didn't help is that our Hog also thought pulling a Mauga into all of us was a good idea. Take it from the former tank main. Don't queue up for tank unless you know your tank matchups. This is the Overwatch 2 way. For as long as 5v5 exists, this is how you need to play the game as a tank player. Your team depends on you to make the right decisions, and for you to work well with them. More than any other player on the board, you support your team. DPS or support die, you say big whoop. But if your tank dies and the other's just fine, well, your team best get the hiddly darn heck out of there. The tank is the most important part of the team. When the tank falls, so does the team. But okay, besides that, what of the perks? Well, I found out that I was sleeping on the 300% ability charge during ult. That added mobility kind of makes Tectonic Shock useful. Being able to just speed into the enemy team actually just makes the ult a whole lot more better to use. Before this perk, Tectonic Shock was a really good ult assuming no one dodged it. It can easily be dodged by Ash, Baptiste, Bastion, Brigitte, Cassie, David, Doomfist, Echo, Genji, Hanzo, Hazard, Ilari, Junkrat, Juno, Kiriko, Lifeweaver, Lucio, Mauga, Mei, Mercy, Moira, Orisa, Pharah, Ramacho, Reaper, Reinhardt, Sigma, Sojourn, Sombra, Symmetra, Tracer, Venture, Widowmaker, Winston, Wrecking Ball, Zarya. Oh my god, I did that with one breath. Oh, with Excavation Acceleration, however, you can catch one of those more mobile targets. I mean, that doesn't account for any of those vertical targets, but it works enough. I mean, ult should have weakness, but original Tectonic Shock kind of only had weaknesses, with the advantage that it sometimes killed. And yes, you might compare it to something like D.Va Bomb, but what is a big burst of damage that can't be out-healed and can be placed to kill anyone, meanwhile the person using it can hide behind a wall? Shock? Well, it sure could kill. It could. It most certainly could. It just probably wouldn't. This perk gives the ult the extra charge that makes it have some sort of usefulness. It just kind of sucks that it is locked behind a perk. I really hope they can remove this one and just add it to Venture's kit, because now I kind of can't play without it. It's like if you remove Genji's dash reset with a star result, it just wouldn't feel right. Anyways, that was a big long tangent. What about 25% more range? Nope, I still hate it. My muscle memory is locked to that previous range, and having melee to heal me is just too good for Venture. Why would I choose a perk that morphs Venture into a mid-range hero as opposed to just strengthening what Venture's already good at? Venture from a mid-range just doesn't really work. They're not made for that. Sure, it can be good against a Pharah or Echo, but sometimes you just don't really need it. Realistically, a bigger splash range or fast projectile speed would be a lot more useful. It would allow them to keep their regular playstyle while giving them the opportunity to better handle those pesky flying heroes. Alright, enough ranting for now. Game 2, how did that one go? I got push again! Huh, so God does have least favorites. Wait, is that why I was born male? So remember how last game we pushed mere meters away from the end, only to get steamrolled for the next 5 minutes, and then the tank blames us despite them themselves making questionable decisions as well? Well,
it happened again! But hey, at least there's no way for this exact same situation to happen for a third time in a row! Are you fucking... Okay, that didn't actually happen. But can you imagine if it did? Game 1 on Oasis started with me doing a funny, followed by a loss. But you know what? Just because you aren't winning frame 1 doesn't mean you can't start to win later on. As proved by round 2, where I proved my value by getting an immediate pick onto the Sojo. Okay, actually that one was really more their fault, if anything. Now, the second battle, I would actually repeat this behavior as I got them off the map again. But surely they would learn. Well, the Sombra certainly didn't. But the Sojourn, after falling twice, certainly she wouldn't. No. I have a big fuck off drill. It pushes people. Stop fighting the person with the big fuck-off drill that pushes people near the ledge! It didn't work the last 3 times someone did it. Why would the 4th time be any different? It was this fumblement of the enemy DPS that led to us taking the point and ultimately being able to win the match. But next match would have to be different. Next match, surely people wouldn't, you fool! Okay, let me explain something to you. Venture has the best boop in the game. Don't believe me? Almost all boops in the game, while sending you outwards, will also push you up in the air just a bit. This gives you ample time as many heroes to use some sort of movement ability to get out of the way from the ledge. Wanna know which one doesn't send you upwards? Venture boop! If you get placed above a bottomless pit by a Lucio, you have a chance as certain heroes to save yourselves. As Venture, however, nope, it's straight down to the hell for you. Die! Seriously, if you fight a Venture near the ledge, the first thing they are going to try and do is boop you off. And more than likely, unless you have major abilities that can almost always guarantee your ability to get right back up, it's not gonna work out in your favor. Especially on maps like Rialto with water. Even as a character like Diva, you can easily find yourself trapped in a situation where you're going to die just because the kill plane is that close. If I were a Lucio, a Roadhog, or basically anyone else, you would have so much time to see this and get yourself back up. As Venture, it is basically a straight shot down into the abyss. And realistically, Venture mains, sometimes you need to play with the mindset of a Lucio. Going for boops can be a very quick and easy way to kill people. Sometimes truly all it is one kill of the tank away from winning you guys the match. If you can do it, it is almost always worth it. Now, last video I explained how Venture can be easily countered by a Widowmaker, just like every other character in the game. This video I will remind you that if Venture can close that gap, oh, there is no chance. Now, this game kinda just ended. We were just a better team overall. However, with that, I managed to hit Platinum 4, so that was late epic. But going back to the topic of Widows, next game I killed the enemy Widowmaker once. And she decided to make me the enemy of her entire family line for that. To which I said, that's not gonna help you though. That's not gonna help you though. That's right, Venture Nation. You can fight Pharahs. Sometimes you can fight them so good that in their quest to counter Venture, they swap off Pharah into someone else. And then you can continue to diff them. The next game was more the same. My ego, however, was being raised up a fair bit. I started singing the Jaws theme whenever I would push. This is actually something Venture can do really well. You can make someone who realistically might be able to do something simply run away at the pure threat of your existence. You want to find out if I can kill you, or do you want to back away from your team? Yeah, that's what I thought. I actually terrorized Asana so much she swapped to Kiriko. Then I continued to terrorize her anyways. Funny how that one works. With the end of that game, however, I finished all my weeklies with 55 minutes to spare. So, the next day, I would end up getting the Venture skin in the Battle Pass. And before you ask, yes, this means I went from Tier 1 to Tier 60 in the Battle Pass in just 8 days. I may have a problem, but you know what doesn't have a problem? This Venture skin. Look at them, they look so cool, and yes, caked the fuck up. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this skin. Why do I hear boss music?
didn't know what the fuck they were doing. By the end of the enemy's push, they had a total of 2 kills and 4 deaths. So, no amount of sloppy venture love could save it. Did I really just say sloppy venture love? Why did I say sloppy venture love? So what about the next game? Well, our tank didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Oh no. Oh yes, I'll play Winston Overwatch into a Ryan May comp as opposed to literally anything else. This is the only way. Luckily, his ass got called out by the enemy DPS. But okay, the next game our tank was a lesbian, so I had full faith in her. We started off strong, but after a while we started losing the points fast. One thing I started to notice was that I hate Zarya suddenly. It's not one of those I think this character is poorly designed and I hate them enough to refuse to play them type of characters. No, I know I am petty for hating her, but shut up. Why must my team charge her bubbles? Why must she always know where I am? Why can't Zarya miss me when I try and kill their supports? I just want to kill the supports. Why, Zarya? Why? Our last main tank was actually good. Maybe she could have tried someone other than Ramatra into the Zarya comp, but I really don't know who counters who between Ramatra and Zarya. And I know what you might say, but Dizzy Lizzy, I thought you were a former Ramatra main. How don't you know? To that I'll say, yes, I was a former Ramatra main. A former Ramatra main who always played in a 5-stack. So, whenever the enemy team would decide to select Zarya and she kept getting charged, all I would have to do is get a mic and say, hey dumbasses, stop fucking shooting the bubbles! And they would listen to me because I was always right. Shit, I have a massive ego. The next game we potentially could have won if we just could have stopped them right before the end of the second point. Unfortunately, we had a Doomfist. Why does this always happen to me? Fuck these tank players. Why can't tank players just know when to swap? If I had the opportunity to fill in for that slot, I goddamn would. That's a lie. I seriously hate tank in Overwatch 2. It's really sad. But as a Venture, what am I to do without a tank? What can a Venture do without a tank? Loading into the next game and we're playing Doomfist. Yep. That's another loss. And what's that? Oh. I guess I'm gonna D-rank into Platinum 5 again. There go my dreams of reaching Plat 3. And we're losing the first point. Oh. Now we're winning. We're actually winning. We took the second point. Okay, well then. Now, if we lose another point, that's the end. That's our loss. That means we can't lose another. The game's 1-1. This next round decides it all. Will I fall to Plat 4 or keep myself up? That, my friends, is the most recent record on my comp grind. What I hope to remind you of is that sometimes you will lose, and sometimes it's not your fault. But just remember, you're always gonna reach the rank you should be in. It may take a little bit, and you might not be the rank you want to be in. But I promise you, you'll reach your correct rank eventually. So with each episode, I was basing it off of something. Episode 1 was based off starting out. Episode 2 was based all around, oh, perks, how does that influence Venture? It's something that doesn't play into the entire episode, but it's mainly just a way to get people in there and give me something to talk about through the episode instead of just it being, here is my update on my comp grind 37. And episode 3 was actually originally supposed to be based around the ending scene with the toxic skin, but I ended up realizing my script wasn't long enough. So obviously, I started saying things unscripted and hoping that they would be good enough to make it through the video. Most of them weren't, but one of them was the entire tangent about Drill Dash. And I think that's really funny, since when scripting, I cannot count. I consistently have to make jokes about how I cannot count. But when not scripting, I go on a cohesive rant that everyone agrees with. Now, the next video is not one many people actually saw. I'm not sure why the YouTube algorithm didn't pick it up, but it didn't. So, yeah, I hope you Coaching is something I've always been a bit skeptical of. Mainly the idea that just hearing someone tell you how to play can improve your overall performance. In my eyes, at least, I don't think you can improve without getting your head in the water. But considering my recent performance, it seems I've hit a bit of a bump in the road. Don't believe me? I mean, last time I played, I managed to get myself near Plat 3. Sure, I would go into a major loss streak and barely manage to keep myself in Plat 4, but surely I could bring myself back up to the elusive Platinum 3 ranking, right? Well, me and Grace wanted to play a couple games together so I could get the hang of streaming. Nobody watched. So, at the very least, no one had to see any embarrassing moments like,
No.
Anyways, in the first game, we had a Doomfist. A Doomfist who got diffed by not only the enemy Doomfist, but also the Echo Main whenever she duped Doomfist! Yes, the fucking Echo Main was diffing our Doomfist! And how do I know she's an Echo Main? Cause she did it again in the max after that! Oh, goody! Oh, you wanna know the best part? The Doomfist player they put on my team was named fucking One Trick Doom. And yet, as we would find out later, he plays many other characters other than Doomfist. So, a Doomfist main and an impulsive liar. Great! If bans let me ban my own teammates from playing characters, Doom is going at the top of the list. Don't worry though, the next two games are pretty solid wins on our part. I diffed the enemy Venture in the first game, and hit a disgusting shot in the enemy Kiriko in the second, sealing our victory. After this, me and Grace were high as could be. Guess what happened next? Did we get pushed, lost for a while, only to start winning, and then the poor design of push gave the enemy a chance to come back without allowing us the same overtime scenario? Yes! Yes, that did happen. Seriously, it would have been better for my team to let the enemy start pushing more, because then if we got overtime, we could screw them out of overtime, which is just flawed to a fundamental level. Like, all it takes to fix this mode is to make both teams have their own timer. That way it's actually about pushing the robot further. Right now, it punishes you for doing well early on, because if in 2 minutes you push the robot to here, the enemy now gets 8 minutes to repeat that, and if they do, you have no time to bring it back. How it's lasted 15 seasons in Overwatch 2 without any sort of reworks is beyond me. It's genuinely a sad day in my life when I have to play a game of push. That aside, every once in a while, given how much it's talked about, I consider biting the bullet and looking up what ProJared's cock actually looks like. Okay, now that I have your attention, look at this shit! I'm gonna need an entire fucking lifetime to comprehend what just happened in those 2 seconds. Oh, and also this Widowmaker, man. Whoa, she was completely tunnel vision. She just kept letting me kill her, like, again and again. How many times do I have to teach her this lesson? And she swapped Reaper, and not Bastion. And this is definitely not me re-recording a line because I accidentally said Bastion like an illiterate moron. I would never do that. Don't ask why the mic quality is a little bit different. Now the game after that on Oasis, how did that go? It kinda sucked. The enemy Tracer was a slippery little shit and just took us out. It really felt like I couldn't do anything myself. It would have been nice if the tank could have looked behind them, like, at all. In the 5v5 format, as a tank, your job is kind of to do every job. You need to be the frontline threat while also looking behind you every so often so that your supports and DPS don't just... But we should win the next one, right? To finish our pattern, 2 losses, 2 wins. You'd hope? You sure would hope? Blizzard World, how did that go? Well, allow my past self to explain.
Oh, they have a Widow.
Good for them. As long as the Widow can't hit shit, which, you know, it's a fucking platinum Widowmaker, they're not gonna hit shit. Yeah, so fuck my life. This Widow was really good. And shit, like, this is the reason why Overwatch is gonna have hero bans. Again, dying on this hill. If the balancing team could just find a way to rework these problem heroes, the game would not need a ban system. It's a band-aid fix that mainly serves to punish those who enjoy a small selection of heroes. So, we're making this major problem for the game just to keep a few hero identities alive. This could be somewhat alleviated if the game just swapped to 6v6 array, because in 5v5, we as a team are powerless to do anything against an oppressive Widowmaker. The only player on the field who can make a safe attempt at the Widow's life is your tank. But if your tank dies to try and stop her like ours did, then that's GG. Seriously, this Winston tried and failed too many times to count. In fact, one time I thought I could trust him to take out the very low health Widowmaker, so I looked away to kill some other people. Guess what happened? Thank you, Winston Overwatch. Just what I wanted. An oppressive Widowmaker and a tank who dies just to dive her. The devs refused to change Widowmaker to preserve her hero identity. Then we needed an extra tank so we can take the risk of diving an oppressive Widowmaker. Game after that would be me and Grace's last for the session. So, what map was it? Circuit Royale! Venture's worst fucking map! Awesome! Life! I love it! And thus, my Joker arc continues. Fuck it! If this is my life, if all that's gonna happen is I get shady teammates, shady maps, then I would just have some good old fun!
Of course it will go Arista.
Oh!
It worked?
Yes! Yes, it fucking did! Oh, it fucking worked! It fucking worked! It fucking worked! It fucking worked! Oh, shit. Having fun was a solution. And actually, we did end up winning, but that doesn't mean that overall I was doing well. I've actually dropped from mid-plat 4 back down into mid-plat 5. So, yeah, it's time for me to ask for some help. So, I tried 3 sources. Free coaching from the Overwatch 2 Discord server, a random coach I found on Fiverr, and the Snapchat AI. So, how did they do? Well, the worst one was the AI, cause, Oh, you wanna know the best part? Guess what happened when I asked it how to play Juno? So, how about the random coach on Fiverr? Well, I looked at one review that said he did good, so I trust this man. When the day came, I was a bit nervous, but hopped on a call with the coach, and honestly, my eyes were opened. Basically, here's what I learned. I die a little too much, which kinda sucks since I get value by simply existing, and value isn't just getting kills. You gotta think about enemy cooldowns as well. Your adventure being so slippery, I can easily bait out powerful abilities that could come in real handy later on into the battle. And powerful abilities are basically any ability in the game. I also should focus more on surviving situations instead of dashing right into enemy lines. I was taught that despite Venture being strong up close, that doesn't mean they can't poke. Venture can easily provide assistance to the team simply by playing poke. If I'm getting my ult built up, putting the enemies into unfavorable positions, and baiting out strong abilities, then I am getting value. Value is not getting kills. Value is putting your team in the advantage to win a fight. And somehow within my 4 years? We've been over this, I can't fucking count. However long I've been playing this game, I have never thought about this. Also, the coach liked my funny. For the most part. This is more of I'm on bad mental, I'm just gonna do something.
Yeah, I mean, this is good. So what we should do here is we should just stand here and just poke.
Yes. But one of the most important things I heard was this. You are always the most important player to your team. Wanna know why? Because you can control yourself. You always know what you're going to do. So now think about this. Whenever you die, you're basically grabbing a megaphone and saying, I trust you guys! And I'm sure we all know the last thing you can do in Overwatch is trust other players. The coach also taught me a lot of other things, so I'll be leaving their link in the description of this video. But the big main ones were get your value and don't fucking die. Both are very obvious, but how would I go about using this in an actual game? Well, Shamboli, of course they have a fucking Pharah! But, okay, it's not like that actually matters. What is she gonna do? Kill me? No, I don't die anymore. Just don't play dumb positions. Don't take stupid risks. Don't lose my life for no good reason. So, through this game, I only actually died 3 times. Once right at the end of round 1, once because the Pharah solo ulted me, and once because my life river pulled me into the enemy team while I was low and trying to get away. What the fuck is wrong with you? We needed some assistance here. I am at 2 HP! What was that noise? Where did they go? Oh, best part, my team flamed me! Because I was playing Venture into Pharah, forgetting that the one and only time I died to her was because she solo ulted me. Otherwise, I am baiting out her abilities, dealing damage, and not dying.
You want the Farah dealt with? Tell the other DPS to not be 3 and 7 and hit his shots against the Farah, cause I am 4 and 3. So explain, how am I the problem? Is his dick that dry he needed an entire lobby to suck it? We lost, so yeah. But next game would have to be different. So I made it different. The team asked for comms, so I joined in. I may only have 5 damage, but I am alive.
You're making yourself unlikable. Stop. Stop.
Oh, so that's the game we're playing, huh? They had a very oppressive wrecking ball. This meant that by the end of the round, we barely had gotten any score on the point. This would mean that we would have to pick up the slack. So we played a bit of comp with Queen and Brick. I can say I managed to keep my value by keeping my death count incredibly low. I managed to keep myself in the fight while not throwing my life away. In fact, I had a much lower death count than anyone in the game. But does a lower death count really matter if I'm not able to make use of the lives I do have? No. I can't let myself die. But that doesn't mean I have to play super passive. I can still go in. I just need to balance it out. Get a good mix of yin and yang. Whoa, whoa, what's happening?
Hello there, my pupil.
Wait. No, we are not doing fucking lore!
It's too late, my friend. Just accept it. This series has lore. I am your new guide, Master Zenugwe.
No, we're not doing lore, okay? Or at the very least, can we get a venture model in Gmod?
You realize I also lack a model in Gmod, right?
That's fucking weird. Anyways, plug to go people to make a venture in the auto model for Gmod aside. Why are we doing lore?
You need to open your third eye, my friend.
What the fuck does that even mean?
You'll understand in due time, my friend.
So that was fucking weird. Anyways, so Hazard is fun, but is he balanced? No. He has a fucking ability where he's allowed to negate damage while dealing damage to enemies. So not only can this motherfucker survive a goddamn hog ult, he can kill you while he is cornered and surviving a hog ult. Anyways, I feel like I did a lot better this game, funny enough. Sure, my death suffered a bit, but I put more effort into making well-meaning risks. Plus, 2 of those discs are basically Hazard being Hazard.
Yes, my
Fuck!
It matters not what your team does, but what you can do. Why bother caring about how they inconvenience you when you neglect what you are doing to inconvenience them?
No, fuck you, I'm doing lore!
You are doing lore.
No, Zenyatta!
Zenugwe,
Fuck this, I'm out.
where are you going?
Havana! So, this match I kinda got in my head and lost a lot of skill with my aim, missing some of the easiest shots in my life. So, I swapped back to my old crosshair. Also, I swapped crosshairs. I'm certain no smartass has commented about that. Now, as for my performance, I tried everything to stop the snipers from doing things. But, unfortunately, I kept getting cucked. Like, why is the honor there? Why is Ana there? Why would there ever be an Ana there? If anyone with actual range were to take an angle and shoot her, her only option would be to find cover away from her team. This positioning only serves to cuck me! But, okay, let's take some of the stuff I learned. I learned to play the places where snipers want. That way they can't get to the preferred spots. So, what did I do? I genuinely had no fucking idea the Widowmaker was there! And then I did it again. But after I picked up that kill, I jumped into the backline, ready to use my ult. Hell yeah, I am fucking awesome!
My pupil.
And what the hell do you want?
The soldier's about to steal your play in broad daylight.
Wait, what? He's not actually gonna steal that just because he killed the
Play of the game.
Okay, I'm fucking out!
But did you not learn, people? Look at how your position denied the space of the enemy, allowing your team to win.
I'm not fucking doing lore.
Also, what happened to the free coach?
They didn't respond to me in time.
Oh.
So with episode 4, I introduced lore. Something people who did see the video really liked. As you might have assumed, Master Zenugwe is based on Master Oogway from Kung Fu Panda. He was actually supposed to have the Season 5 Battle Pass kit, but no one in my circle had it. But it just so happened that Cody, the guy who does all the replay bets with me, had the Carbon Fiber skin. So I figured, green, turtle, yes,
The new upgrade was mainly made as a way for me to show my two sides, like being silly without stop, and the actual serious side that's trying to be good. It also gives me a lot of comedy opportunities, which you'll see utilized in the next episode. And yes, there actually is an episode 4.5, which is a filler episode where I did April Fool's stuff, but I figured I'd leave it out of this video. You can go check it out if you want though. It does have some juicy lore bits, but only do that after this episode. My pupil. No, they actually voted in lore? I have no idea. I just assumed people liked me. I thought I had an ego. Wait, why did you just assume? Aren't the comments right there? You do realize that these videos are produced weeks before they actually release, right? In fact, I'm pretty sure the 66 test was— 66 is in the game again?! Wow! Busan ended up being my first map. I made sure to keep my previous training in mind while playing, keeping myself in positions where I can control my survival while still being useful to my team. I ended up doing really well round 1, not dying a single time and using my abilities to put the enemies in the worst positions. I did have a few close calls, but going into round 2, I was pretty confident, especially when it came to selecting my second perk. That's right, I'm a sniper now! Oh fuck! So that death was very avoidable, but we pressed on and took the game. My predicted rank from that was Platinum 4, so about the same so far. So, let's see if we can change that. In the positive direction, that is. Havana could have been a really good map for me. I made some pretty good plays. Unfortunately, their tanks were really good, and in return, our Wrecking Ball wanted to blame the supports for not healing enough. So I told him, we have a collective 20k healing. What more do you want in the way of numbers? In response, he acted like me being 15 and 5 was bad, which, no? No, it's not? I mean, maybe I could be getting more kills, but at least with how I was playing, I wasn't playing to get kills. I was moving the enemies, taking space I would love to have, and denying them the advantage to the best of my ability. When you consider that's what I'm doing, 15 and 5 tends to look a lot better. This isn't deathmatch. It's not a game of who can get the most kills. There's a reason why they removed the medal system. That is gold elims or bronze damage. It's because those stats in the grand scheme of things don't mean anything and should not be rewarded. You cannot gauge my performance with a number. I can kill a Mercy, the number goes up, yet we still lose the fight. Meanwhile, I can force a Sojourn out of her most desirable position. The number stays the same, but we end up winning the fight. The number behind your kills, damage, and healing does not matter. What matters is what's being done with every single kill, every single damage, every single healing. I'm not even joking when I say that if I could, I would make it so the only function the tap button has is showing the ult charge of you and your team. That is the only useful function that this menu serves anyone. Your learning is coming along well, my pupil. In the words of one of my favorite Minecraft YouTubers, numbers don't matter. Get the fuck out. Evidently, however, your disdain for my presence has stayed the same. And I wonder why! By the way, pupil, do you ever feel like you're unsafe on the internet? Do you ever yearn for a safer browser experience? One that could even allow you access to region-locked content? Nope! I have never thought about that in my entire life. Although, I do wish those on the internet could hit subscribe, seeing as less than 10% of my viewers do so. I wish to hit 10k subscribers before the end of the year, but this goal would be quite impossible if people don't hit that red button. So, it's not red anymore. It's not red anymore? Why isn't it red anymore? In this match, I was kind of carried by my team. I'll just be honest. This Misty was cracked out of her mind, but that didn't stop me from making some plays of my own. What did stop me was the Roadhog! I swear to God, I must have a magnet in my pocket or something, because Hog could not stop hooking specifically me. The next game on an hour tick, I was doing pretty well for myself. Round 1, they tried to play Venture into me. That made things personal. I do not get diffed in a Venture Ditto. And then they swapped to Hammond. Even though we were able to easily take the first point, it was this inability to kill this damn hamster that lost us this game. The next game on Eichenwald could have gone well, but we only had one tank. Then we had no tanks. Well, in other news, did anyone else notice how they just changed Venture's hero gallery icon? Like, okay, I guess? Anyways, the next game and Ryan got diffed hard, so that sucked. In a stunning turn of events, despite my lackluster win rate, I'm predicting it's Platinum 3, so neato. Next game on Paris CO. So, on Coliseum. Oh, come on! You
cucked me! You cucked me! You moved me from a fun match on Hybrid into an unfun match on Push! What the hell?
Why are you skipping past so many games? I played for like 4 hours straight. Or actually, was it 5? Well, bad at counting.
Bad accounting, yes, but point gotten, long time. Now, onward to the next game.
We had the enemy tank and Genji from last game. They worked excellently together. At the start of round 2, I set myself up to do a funnel, but no one ever went close enough to the ledge for me to push him off. Unintentionally, however, no one noticed me. So I just sat there for like 30 full seconds, denying any movement on the payload. It wasn't until they were moving back from wiping my team that they actually noticed me. Something I've been neglecting is how versatile Drill Dash is for an 8-second cooldown. There's so much that can be done with this ability. Escape, kill, cover space. Drill Dash honestly kind of does it all.
Also, look at this crosshair. What the hell?
When I got to play in Ilios, I truly felt at my element. Playing on the high ground and using my wide range to hurt a large group of enemies. Or my high damage on a direct to keep you away from problem spots. Our tanks work really well together with the classic Rein Zarya combo. We managed to defeat an incredibly toxic combo of Mauga and Orisa. Round 2 would see us continue to destroy the enemy team. From this game, I would actually be predicted as Platinum 2. This meant that if I played well in my next game, I could likely hit Plat 1. And from there, I could actually reach Diamond.
Is something wrong, my pupil?
I actually didn't think I could get this high of a ranking. When I said I wanted to reach Masters, it was mainly a joke, a silly gag. How could I seriously reach that ranking? But now, barely a month into the journey, I'm already this close to hitting Diamond. Maybe I can reach Masters.
And you're not letting the difference in formats cloud your view of your ranking.
No, actually, I'm not. I mean, it's open queue, but even then, it shows that as a player overall, I might have a shot at getting up there.
So, what are you gonna do now?
The only thing I can do. Win. In Watchpoint Gibraltar, taking the enemy's space proved to be quite easy. They struggled to do anything to get me off the high ground, stopping them from making any meaningful pushes while healthy. Even a simple action like doing this small amount of damage to the enemy DPS, those small moments, those led to our overall victory in this game, putting me in Platinum 1. Next map would be King's Row. I did a lot for my team, at least I tried, but something was clear. This is a diamond lobby. The gap between me and our Genji was severe. At times, it felt like I was spectating the bigger kids while they played. I even belong here? No! I wouldn't let that deter me. I had to press on. We won with major thanks to Elemental Guy and Sin's work. On Jimbali, however, while we were doing well on our first point, after we lost one battle, it was basically over from there, as they just kept pushing and pushing. We couldn't take a convincing lead over them. Funny enough, the tank got mad at me and claimed that I was doing a poor job for being 9-7 on Venture, and I kinda thought about it. 9 kills, huh? That's not actually a lot. Sure, it's just a number, but it shouldn't be so low, should it?
My pupil, have you forgotten so soon? You're ignoring something very important here. Something you yourself were confident in mere minutes ago.
Wait, you're right.
This motherfucker is 9-2 on tank. He can't say shit.
That was not.
I'm not the problem. I'm never the problem because I always play perfect.
My pupil's an idiot.
We're gonna stop. Whoa, same map, same day. And same result, actually. We won, the enemy team couldn't win,
And Roadhog, Magnet in pocket. I can vault again?
well, speaking of same map, same day, same result. Well, actually, it almost was the exact same result, because we at least had tanks this time, and they were running Pharah and Echo. My favorite! The next map was Fuck My Life. Well, actually, come to think about it, this is the exact same match I got coached on. I know what positions to play now. You know what that means? No amount of your bullshit can possibly stop me.
Oh, never mind. How do I always get hooked by these bastards?
Sure, we did win, but
why am I attracting so many Roadhog hooks?
Oh, I put a magnet in your pocket.
Why?
I thought it would be funny, and it was.
You fucking asshole!
Well, my pupil, is this where your journey ends for today?
what What do you mean?
In the blink of an eye, you've already talked about 15 games. Is that now a limit for your journal entry?
No. I think I'll keep going.
What is your allure? The rank you seek or the format being played? What is pushing you forward, my pupil?
Oh, this 6v6 format is really fun. I think changing Open Queue 5v5 in favor of Max 2 Tanks Open Queue 6v6 could be the solution to this game's biggest problem. And the rank? The prospect of reaching Diamond. I think I know what I'll do. I'll play until either I lose or I reach Diamond. And I'll stick true to it. I don't care how close I get. If I lose, I'm gonna put the game down and come back next week in hopes of reaching Diamond.
And if you win?
I guess that'll mean I'm one major hurdle closer to my goal. The first of potentially a few games will be on Blizzard World. One of my most iffy maps. I never feel consistent on Blizzard World, which is really funny because if you do the math, despite all my talking shit about Circuit Royale, I've yet to actually lose a round of it for a video. Now, the enemy team had a hard comp, but it seems from me that Magnet really helped me out! Asshole!
I'm not apologizing. It was really funny.
If we had models in Gmod, I would animate myself slapping the shit out of you right now. Make Gmod models of Ice Cream, Venture, and Carbon Fiber Zenyatta, please. Anyways, due to this being a diamond lobby, I was somewhat down in my abilities. I'm not making major plays. Hell, the enemy chunk at me to 500 IQ play and I damn well fell for it. But I can't let that happen. I can find my value. I can make a major game-winning play. Hold up, stop. Why the hell is the hog alive? No, he should be dead. I'm checking this out. He bounces up! Okay, fine. Continue the bit then, I guess. Well, anyways, I made a genuine play that won us that round. But I can't be happy with just one, can I? Am I seriously providing value to my team if all I do is win a singular fight? Well, probably. But hey, what's another one onto the pile? With that win, my rank ticks slightly up. Lobby this time was platinum only. Oh, that's odd. And wait, no. My team, we're crushing it! And it's in thanks to me how I'm denying important space for them. And when it's our turn to push, we easily cap the point. 89%.
To think, but a day ago you were trapped with the genuine possibility that you could fall down into gold. And yet, here you are. One game standing between you and Diamond.
That means I can't lose. Not now! Antarctic. Same map. Same day. Same... No! They can't take this point. Not now. I've come too close to just stay in platinum. In order to secure this point, we have to play perfectly. No stupid risks, no poor plays. We just have to beat them every time they come. And you know what? I work best under pressure. Round 2, they swap ball. Same map, same day. Different result!
Will the
Yes! Fuck yes! Yes! Fuck yeah! Yes! Let's go! I've actually gone from platinum into diamond.
Yes, as it turns out, the real battle was the one in your mind. You were built for greatness. Now, you just have to use it.
Yeah, okay. I'm ready. Show me your way, Master Zenugwe. Episode 5, the final for this video. This was probably the most fun I had making one of these episodes. For one, lore. It gave me so many opportunities for jokes. Along with that, it let me set up a narrative. I've always been someone who loves storytelling, and getting to do a mini character arc was super fun. And those with close eyes may have noticed a little teaser for future stories. And personally, I cannot wait to get back on the boat and make more. But unfortunately, I gotta wait a bit. My next upload hits right after Season 16, so I'm gonna be doing a video on Stadium. But I don't mind too much. I seriously cannot wait to see how Venture's handling that game mode. And yes, you may notice that this technically took place closer to 2 months, but shut up! There's lots more to come as well, so please, if you enjoyed, hit the subscribe button. It really helps in my videos. I'm seriously looking forward to this new season of Overwatch, and I am really looking forward to continuing my 1 year as Venture.